WordPress is the most popular website builder on the planet, and it has been for many years. But the question is it a good thing for junior developers to cut their teeth on? Will WordPress help or hurt your career as a junior developer? Every single junior developer that I know of that has spent most of their time working in WordPress, usually in their first job, generally has been burned by it. Yet it continues to be a tool that many junior developers are drawn to or sometimes forced to use by their first company. If you find yourself working with WordPress as a junior developer, I want you to understand how it stunts your growth as a junior developer, how it actually hurts your career as a junior developer, but most importantly, I want you to know how you can actually flip the script and turn it into a good thing for your career that will actually help you advance. Hey Junior Devs, Dev Mentor Dave here, helping you bridge the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career. And if you find this information helpful to you, please click the like button so we can get it out to more people here on YouTube. So what is it about WordPress that makes it so big in the website building community? Well, to answer that, we really have to answer the question, what are people looking for in a website builder? Usually they're looking for something that's simple to create, easy to maintain, and cheap to run. WordPress does all these things, and it brings with it a huge community, not just of followers, but of content creators, as well as tool builders like theme builders and plugin builders. All that ease of use creates a massive problems for junior developers by stunting your growth and keeping you from growing as fast as other junior developers. In fact, I was recently talking to one of my former students who's a junior developer at an agency, and for the most part, she's been involved building websites with WordPress. And now she's looking at her career and she's looking at her skill set and she's realizing, I'm going to have to go back and relearn a lot of things. See, WordPress stunts your growth primarily by removing any reason for you to write code. With all the website builders, themes, plugins, everything at your disposal to build a website that generally works for most things, you don't write code. You're not sitting there typing things out. You're just dragging things on a screen and clicking stuff and putting it in place, and you're really more designing than you are actually developing anything real. So WordPress stunts your growth by keeping you from actually doing the thing that you really need to do if you're going to progress your career as a junior developer, and that is practicing writing code. But keeping you from writing code is not your biggest problem. After all, you can always learn your skills outside of work. You can learn your skills in the evenings, you can do other tutorials, you can practice, you can find other ways to work on your craft, even if you're not able to do that right there on the job when you're working with WordPress. But there's something even more important than your coding skills that WordPress takes away from you as a junior developer. See, years ago when I was first starting out, I basically got my first job building WordPress websites. And I had actually built a whole other platform all by myself with normal code from scratch. So I knew what I was doing. I already had built that skill set up. But then I moved into the WordPress world and I began building websites mostly with these theme builders and these themes and plugins and starting to put all these different things together to build a website. Now I got very good at it and I was able to build websites very quickly, and we were able to turn around the websites for our clients very quickly. But then one day I heard one of our technical architects from a different team introducing me or explaining who I was to somebody from outside the company. And this is how he described me. He said, "This is Dave. He's the WordPress guy, but he's actually more than that." Now that was a weird feeling to have somebody describe you as the WordPress guy, but you can do more. That was the first time I realized the toll that WordPress had on my future career. And that is my reputation as a developer. See, WordPress kills your career by lowering your reputation and decreasing other people's opinions of your skill set and your knowledge. The more time you spend building with WordPress, using themes and plugins and all the different amazing things that come with WordPress, the lower your reputation is going to be. I even just recently mentioned WordPress to a colleague and they just kind of wrinkled their nose because the opinion of WordPress developers is very low. In fact, it's one of the cheapest jobs you'll find on the internet because there's a ton of competition, not just competition here locally, but competition all over the world for the same jobs that you're competing for. So if you've got a job right now and all you're doing is WordPress and you're just building websites, but you want to be a real developer, how do we actually turn this around when you're probably not going to be able to convince your boss to just scrap WordPress altogether? Well, in my case, I actually found the perfect thing for me. We took over another website from a different company, and I noticed as I was in there that they had several different plugins that they were trying to use together, but they didn't really work together. They weren't designed to work together. And so I saw an opportunity to actually get into the code and begin to write code that would make things work the way that we needed them to work. See, at the end of the day, really, we're problem solvers, and we solve those problems with code, and that's what you want to do. Even if you're stuck in the WordPress world, what you need to do is look for ways for you to dig into the code and actually do something with the skill set that you've learned. Maybe that's creating a child theme so that you can manipulate certain queries or certain HTML and CSS. Maybe that looks like writing your own plugin to do something that maybe you're looking at other plugins, but none of them really do it the way that you want. Well, see if your company will let you spend the time to write the plugin, and it will be their plugin, and you'll be able to use it and do that multiple times on other websites in the future. See, there's a difference between someone who builds websites with WordPress and somebody who actually develops WordPress websites. You can be the latter if you choose to put the time and the effort into learning the WordPress framework and into building actual things with WordPress, like themes and like plugins. Another thing you can do is actually use WordPress as an API and a backend CMS and build the front end in something like Vue.js. The key to turning it around really is just finding a way to take the skills that you want to grow and put them into what it is you're actually doing. But you know, WordPress is not the only career killer for junior devs. In fact, one of the most popular ways to learn today may be filling your head with knowledge, but it might be killing your growth in your skill set. Check out my other video on why tutorials are killing your career and how you can make the best use of them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified the next time we upload a video. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next one.